What's up? So in this video, I'm going to talk about procrastination because I know we all deal with it no matter how much we work or how productive we are. We will have moments where we will procrastinate. Some are worse than others. So in this video, I am going to talk about why exactly we procrastinate. Now we need to understand what type of procrastinator you are so you can take steps accordingly to help you procrastinate less. So first things first, why do we procrastinate? There are two types of procrastinators. There's the active ones and the passive ones. Now the active ones do it on purpose because they know that when they push the project very last minute, they work better under pressure. Now, the passive ones are more of a negative type procrastinator. Those are the ones that they fall into traps of indecision or lack of confidence that causes them to basically put the certain task or project to the very last minute. And so in this video, we will focus on the passive procrastinators. Now, the reason why we procrastinate is because it's either lack of self-control or your emotional state. So your emotions and the way you feel when you think about a certain project or task. Now there are different types of emotional states, and that's what we're gonna try to figure out. See which one you are. You can be a mix of emotions or emotional states. It doesn't only have to be one. Now, if you don't know me, then my name is Anna. I post videos about planning and life management to basically help you save as much time and as much willpower possible so you can navigate this crazy busy world. And if that sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a video. Now let's just get right into it. So the first emotional state that we're going to talk about is perfectionism. Basically, it's the fear of being unable to complete a task perfectly, so you end up just pushing it to the very last minute, which stresses you out even more. Now, the things that will help battle against the feeling of perfectionism is, first of all, lower the bar consciously. Like, lower the bar and just when you think it's low enough, go even lower. And remind yourself constantly and consciously, you have to really work, that it's okay to not be perfect. And I've fallen into this trap before, and now I'm slowly getting better through the years, but it takes time. Don't hate yourself for this. It's normal to want to feel perfect and want to be as perfect as possible, but just realize that it will just hold you back even more. The next thing you can do is give yourself a set time and turn on a timer. For example, doing a task for 30 minutes. This will basically force you to work quicker and kind of force you to not do the nitty-gritty of everything, and you will basically learn to work a lot faster. Now, the next emotional state is overwhelm. Now, when it comes to overwhelm, it's basically seeing a task as one huge project that will take hours to complete, or seeing your long to-do list that you have to do and just going into this emotional state of overwhelm because you're associating all these negative feelings with, oh my god, this is gonna take so long, like this is so much information, I have to do so much, and you just think of the worst thing and it just makes you so overwhelmed. So that's basically how it is. I think I experienced this one the most, so I can definitely vouch for these tips that I'm gonna give you because they have really helped me when I honestly feel so stuck. Now, the first thing is you either go outside for a walk. I don't care how cold it is outside. Put, warm clothes on if it's super cold. I know the weather is getting a lot colder, at least here in Ireland now. It's getting a lot darker, but this still helps so much. You go outside, even for a short walk, and you clear your head. Now, I recommend this one the most, but another alternative for this is meditation. That one is really good if you prefer meditation over going on a walk outside. If you live either on a very busy city and you'd rather meditate at home in peace and quiet, then that's fine too. I personally, I live in a town, so I would rather just go on a walk outside, especially if you live close to a park or some sort of nature. Don't really think about the huge project that you're gonna have to do today. Just let go for a minute. Then come back, you'll feel so much more refreshed. You've been a little active as well, and honestly helps you clear your head. Now, when you've done that, then the second thing you do is you daydream about accomplishing the huge project or the goal that is associated with the tasks or the project that you have to do. Just kind of put yourself in this positive mindset of it's gonna work out, it's gonna be easy peasy, and don't think about the process, just think about the end goal. Just vision the accomplishment, how it will feel, and it will make you a lot more motivated, and it will also help your brain associate the task or the project with more positive feelings over the negative. And then we are gonna go to work. If it's a big project or big task that takes hours, I recommend breaking the project or the huge task into tiny micro tasks that will take about 2 to 15 minutes each to complete. And basically what happens when you've done that list, you don't look at the huge project that you have to do, you look at the first thing on the micro to-do list in that project, and they will seem super attainable. You'll just be like, this only takes 2 minutes, I can do this, no problem. So it will seem a lot more realistic and easier to do. If you're studying and you have to do some sort of research work, just don't put your to-do list as research, because it's gonna take hours. Now, if you have a really long to-do list and you get overwhelmed by that, then I recommend the time management matrix or the Eisenhower matrix. They have multiple names, and this matrix basically organizes your tasks by urgency and importance. I have a video on this explaining more. I will link it up here. It's about being overwhelmed if you have too many to-dos. And that's exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna prioritize and organize your tasks and your to-do list by urgency and importance. And things that are more important and more urgent, you do first, and then the less important things will be done last. So this is to help you figure out what you should do first and what you should start with. And again, if there is any task that takes quite a long time or has multiple steps, break it down into smaller steps, and it will really be helpful. Now, the next one is being overly dreamy but lack taking action. And basically, I would call this a dreamy procrastinator. They daydream a lot about different projects that they want to start, or projects they want to continue, or tasks that they want to do, goals they want to reach. So much so that they end up doing no action whatsoever, and the dreams are just drifting through your head and you're not catching them. Now, my solution for this one, first things first, have either a journal that's next to you or near you at all times, or have a notes app in your phone that's super easy to use, super fast to use, and it's easy to access. I'm going to show you mine. I have a Google Keep widget on the home screen of my phone, because then it's super easy to add new ideas or tasks I suddenly remember that I need to do. I will just add them over there, and I will later add it to my either digital planner, either the Trello or OneNote, whichever I'm doing at that time. So like I said, as soon as you have some sort of idea or a task that you need to do, or a project, anything, just at the end of the day, it's a big, very vague project or an idea, you turn them into tasks or projects that have smaller tasks in them. Basically, you give everything an action plan, and you put it either in your physical planner or your digital planner, whatever you prefer using. And then you give yourself a deadline. So when you put things into the planner, put them on a specific date. You don't leave them just hanging around. You give it a date or a deadline. And if you're really bad with deadlines and you don't really trust yourself, then I recommend giving yourself a consequence. Like, if you don't meet that deadline, you're gonna have to pay your partner or your friend $5. So it holds you more accountable, because who wants to lose money? No one wants to lose money, even if it's by $5. So that will help you a lot when it comes to dreaming less and taking more action instead. Now the last one is being distracted, feeling distracted. This is either your physical space that's distracting you and or your digital space, so both of them. And whatever they are, social media, pop-ups, clutter, all that distracts you, your surroundings. You get distracted super easily, which causes you to procrastinate. Everything and everyone wants your attention. Now, what will help you with this? First of all, declutter your space. Tidy up. Get rid of as many distractions as possible. Second of all, turn off all of your notifications on your phone and use app blockers or website blockers. I will put a few here, an app blocker and a website blocker. These are really great because if you're trying to go on Facebook or Instagram, it literally blocks you out. It won't let you go in it. And then if removing distractions in your physical space, in your surroundings is not possible, maybe just change your environment. Go to another room that has less distractions. Maybe change the time you're gonna do the task and just block everything out. Even if you have to put your phone on airplane mode, it's only for a few hours. So now I hope this video helped you in any way. Please let me know what type of procrastinator you are. I know personally I am the overwhelmed type most of the time. If it did, give it a like. If it didn't help you, give it a dislike. I don't know. And I hope to see you next time. Ciao.